And we are live. JLR investigates. JLR investigates. Come on in, everyone. Got some breaking news on numerous fronts in reference to the Moscow, Idaho case. One, remember when I reported yesterday that the defense of Bryan Kohberger's his defense team, his private investigators on the defense team were going to the home. That is the truth. That is out there now on a lot of media outlets are now reporting it, but they're also reporting something that's breaking, folks. And I have to say this, and we're going to figure out details here and break through what is being said, but they are demolishing the 1122 King Road. They're demolishing it starting December 28th, right? A few days after Christmas. Now, I did not expect this. Yesterday I reported that the defense is going to the home. This probably is one of the reasons why the defense is going to the home, because the intent to take down the house once and for all. Once and for all, this home is going down. So what is going on here? What is the details about this particular demolition of this home? A lot of mixed feelings about it. I can tell you that one party is not happy with this demolition of this home occurring now. We all thought, hey, are they going to keep it up to trial? But doesn't look like that's the case. Doesn't look like that's the case. And this is something the university is doing. Do not know the prosecutor's intake on the situation. Don't know how they feel about it. Don't know how the defense feels about it. What I do know is the defense is planning to go to the home, and I'm going to show you. First off, we're going to go with some articles here. We're going to go with some articles here and give you some insight. And then the construction company that's going to demolish this home. The Idaho Statesman came out with an article today, and we will go through this because I like the Idaho Statesman because they have actually good, reliable information when it comes to the Moscow, Idaho case. They get they get the info. Plus, I have the statement from the actual university. The University of Idaho put out a statement themselves about this demolition of the home. It says, University of Idaho sets to demolish Moscow home where 4 students were killed. So it's bittersweet to some. Some it's a relief. Some want to move along with this chapter. Others want to keep this home up. So, and there's the home, at the times, when it was springtime, a lot of greenery around that home, a lot of memories of that home. It's a lot of people been accustomed to seeing this home for years in the community. It's been up for a while. But, starting December 28th, it's not going to be there anymore, folks. They're going to take it down. So this article says the university, and we're going to get more details too. I'm going to show you the statement from the University of Idaho in reference to this. University officials have scheduled a date to demolish the Moscow home where 4 university students were killed more than a year ago. The University of Idaho said in a Thursday news release, and I got that news release, that Moscow-based Germer Construction, which is providing its services at a reduced cost, which is interesting, will begin the demolition at 7 a.m. on December 28th, and that it may take several days to clear the site. So I don't think this is a one-and-done day kind of deal. Bryan Kohberger, a former University of Idaho graduate student, has been accused of stabbing the 4 Idaho students to death in this home. The house where Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Kaylee were killed will be torn down over winter break. A decision the university made to decrease further impact on neighboring residents. The release said the 6-bedroom off-campus home was donated to the university earlier this year. And then it says it is, and then this is what the president says. The president of University of Idaho says it is a grim reminder of the heinous act that took place there. University of Idaho President Scott Green said in a news release, while we appreciate the emotional connection some family members of the victims may have in this home, it is time for its removal
and to allow a collective healing of our community to continue. Is this the right decision, folks? Do you think this is the right decision for this home to be demolished? And it said it could take several days with this Germer construction, right? Kohberger was arrested. We know about the Kohbergers being arrested. December 22, faces 4 counts of first-degree murder and also burglary of this home. He burglarized this home here. According to the news release, Kohberger's defense team will... Now, here's the thing. Here's the second part of this news I want to share, which I shared yesterday, but didn't know the actual details from yesterday. According to the release, Kohberger's defense team will be visiting the house today. They might be there right now. And Friday to take pictures, measurements, and drone footage to prepare for the trial. The trial was delayed indefinitely after Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial. Now, I said yesterday that the defense is going, right? They're going to the home. I have inside information. People tell me things too. And we speculated on JLR Investigates, why would Bryan Kohberger's defense want to go to that home? What could they do? What could they possibly get that could help Bryan that they didn't get prior? Because remember, folks, the Bryan Kohberger defense was already there way back in January of this year, at the beginning of the first week when Bryan Kohberger, the first week of Bryan Kohberger being arrested. There was pictures of Bryan Kohberger's defense team, including Ann Taylor, at that home. So what could they possibly want to go back to this 1122 King Road for? To do measurements and drone? Are they doing their own? And what I'm saying is the defense doing their own reconstruction, similar to what prosecutors did to this 1122 King Road in the end of October. Remember, the prosecution, FBI were there, and they were trying to do reconstruction. Some speculated that the FBI and people got more evidence from this home, got more evidence, because Bryan Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial, allows both the defense and the prosecution more time to build the case. Bryan Kohberger's defense building a defense, prosecutor building a case. They went back. Now Kohberger's defense team is going back. But what is the point? They're saying to take photos, measurements, and drone footage to prepare for trial. Now, is this just something, since the Bryan Kohberger's defense sees that the prosecution went and did the reconstruction, are they going to have their own experts do their own reconstruction at this home? Or is this a fishing expedition? Because some people think they're going there just to grasp and just to find something of something, just to show they found something. People speculate about that. We don't necessarily know. And I think, based off what they've told the courts or the university that they wanted to go there in December, we haven't seen anything on the court docket. I haven't seen anything on the court docket in reference to going back to that home because of the sealedness of this case. Multiple documents have been sealed in this case. 10th supplemental request for discovery is filed weeks ago, and we still don't know what is in these documents on either side of the party. So yeah, they're going there. The Bryan Kohberger defense will go there. I'll just say the document that I seen a document yesterday. I was shared a document, and the document said, not necessarily the defense, it said in Bryan Kohberger's investigators. Now, the defense could go there themselves too with the investigators, but the document that I saw yesterday was investigators going to the home. And who's the investigators? I'm assuming it's Richard Battanti. Remember that name, Richard Battanti, the former police chief of in one of those cities outside Los Angeles or in California, and also chief general counsel for Boeing at one point. They're PI. They're paid mercenary. The guy that makes $45 an hour on Bryan Kohberger's defense team. His defense team has a budget
Batante is one of the investigators. I think they had other investigators too at that house there when Ann Taylor was there back in January. There's a poll up. So we put a poll up on JLR Investigates. Do you agree with the decision to demolish 112 King Road now? Since Bryan Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial, and the prosecution goes there, now the defense is going there. At that point, both parties have been there after a secondary time. What else could they get there? What else could they get there if they want to keep going back? Why would somebody? The only thing I can think of is at trial when the jury going there. But here's the problem when I've been trying to contemplate about this case. First off, one, we don't know when the trial. We don't even know if there's going to be a trial. We still don't know we're going to be in trial. And case in point, Major John Kaler, the other guy up there in the northern part of the state that did almost the same type of, charged with 4 counts of murder and burglary. He's pleading out. He's avoiding a trial. They're working on a deal, and that's another segment we're going to talk about. One, we don't even know if Bryan Kohberger is going to go to trial. Two, we don't even know where the venue is going to be in this case. So I think the venue is going to be changed or realigned. I don't feel like there's no way Kohberger's defense is not going to at least ask for a change of venue. And they will most likely get a change of venue. If Chad Daybell did it in a smaller community out there in Rexburg, with the population, small, similar to the population of Moscow, Idaho, that has like 40,000 people, I think the venue is going to get changed to Ada County, which is, a jury pool of tens of thousands that they said, like a quarter of the population of the state is from Ada County. If Bryan Kohberger's defense does not ask for a change of venue, I think they're doing Bryan Kohberger a disservice, right? Lawyers almost all the time in any high-profile case ask for a change of venue. So say it does get a change of venue, which I ultimately still think it will. This home here, even if the jurors wanted to go to the home and there's a change of venue down in Ada County in Boise, well, how far is Boise away from Moscow, Idaho? How far would Boise be away from Moscow, Idaho? We're talking 5-hour drive. So are we going to have a jury that wants to go look at this home when we don't even know when the trial is going to be, but just to keep this home up just in case the jury might want to go, is I don't know, man. I just don't know. Do you just keep, is the home just staying up for now under the guise that, hey, the jury might want to go there, like juries have done at other crime scenes, Alec Murdaugh, O.J. Simpson, whatever, right? Juries go into a crime scene. We don't know when this trial is going to be, so you're just going to keep that home up there with private security that the university has to pay for, private security and a fence going around there, and all that stuff there, and the area, and just having the home. And do you have that home up for 2024, 2025, 2026? Do you just keep the home up forever, waiting to see if a jury was going to go there when we don't even know, one, if it's going to go to trial, and two, if the jury would even want to go there? So what's the solution to that? Well, reconstruction. Prosecutor goes in, does their own analysis, this 3D stuff, the technology's there to take someone virtually through that home with the exact same coordinates, the exact same numbers, the exact same layout of the home. So the jury in his trial, if he goes to trial, could see the hallways, and the prosecutor could lay out a sophisticated case showing the movements of the person that they feel did it, Bryan Kohberger, right? Showing the movements through those hallways, where Dylan Mortensen saw the, person with a mask on and bushy eyebrows, up the stairs, in the, Xana's bedroom or in the hallway there, through the kitchen, through the back, right? They will give the jury a mental understanding of the layout of the homes. Maybe even sound. Maybe they even have some sort of because people are like, well, the juries might want to go in the house because they want to get the sound. They want to hear the hallways. They want to step on the floors to find out if people could hear the echoing, the vents, the whole sound layout. Well, maybe you can just do that all virtually. Now, it doesn't look like Kohberger's defense is actually doing it to that extreme, like the reconstruction of
Law Offices of Andrew Meyer says, JLR, I like your channel, but for the first time, you are wrong. Please explain to me what I'd be wrong about. I'm curious to know what you think I'm wrong about when I'm just speculating, just like all of us are speculating. I'm just curious about that because I don't think anyone in this chat, including myself, really know what's going on. I think the only people that actually know what's going on is probably the prosecutor and most likely the defense through these sealed documents. What we're doing is just sharing what is actually going on, which is they're demolishing the house, and Bryan Kohberger's defense team goes back. But we don't know really much more than that other than speculating here and coming up with theories and solutions. I'm sure you don't know unless you got some sort of private information through Bryan Kohberger's defense team, hey, Ann Taylor, what's going on? What's going on? Why are you going to go there? Why are you going to go there to take pictures of the house? Or what is this? I just think basically also too, in order for Bryan Kohberger not to have an ineffective assistance of counsel claim, I think Bryan Kohberger actually, his defense has to go. They have to go back because if the prosecution went back, they got to go back. And if they don't go back, they're not doing their due diligence on this particular issue. They're not, if they come up with reconstruction after Bryan Kohberger waived his right to speedy trial and the defense just says, no, we don't care. We don't care about no measurements, or we don't care about nothing about that home. Well, Bryan Kohberger might have grounds of appeal if he goes to trial, but we're not so sure if he goes to trial. I'm not so sure. Look up Major John Kaler. He's pleading out, by the way. So we got 244 people voted thus far. Do you agree with the decision to demolish the 1122 King Road now? 10% say yes, it's time, and 83% in JLR Investigate say, okay, yeah, demolish it. No, keep it. We don't want it demolished. And you notice, and I can tell you, being in Moscow, and I've been there 4 times. I've been to Moscow, Idaho 4 times covering this case. And when I was there in December of last year, I was there this time, exactly around this time last year. Now, keep in mind, it's the 14th of December. This is the time where Bryan Kohberger wasn't publicly identified. This is the time Bryan Kohberger actually started descending back to Pennsylvania with his dad, the trip back, in the Kopaka stuff. And this actually started, it's like 1 year to the day. It's like Kopaka's standoff began, right? Then it began on the 14th, going into the 15th. But here's what I'm saying. When I was there, when I was in Moscow, Idaho, in the wintertime, it was winter break. And I can say not only because it was a ghost town. It was a ghost town. Now, I believe it was a ghost town because people were scared to come out. And that is the truth because I interviewed residents there. Everybody's looking at everybody as a suspect. You have a killer on the loose in a small town that crime normally doesn't happen. Last time there was a murder there was 8 years prior. So it's a relatively safe community. There was just this eeriness of quietness. It was also cold. It was also very cold. But also, it was winter break. And, the number one employer in Moscow, Idaho is the university, right? All the students. The students make up the community, right? So the students make up the community. They all scatter away for spring or winter break. Some of their families don't even want them to go back, and that's why they did some virtual schooling. But the town was a ghost town. So they're using this opportunity now. They're using this. I think the timing of it's interesting, but the University of Idaho say, well, it's winter break. No eyeballs there. Nobody's there. They can kind of just demolish this, and nobody will be in the area here. There will be media there. And I'll show you why, because they've set up a media zone to watch this demolition of what's going on. I see floorboards, in reference to the, I saw a comment about floorboards, and that's one of the things that I think a jury will kind of want to understand about this home. But let's read on about what else is, we can all speculate on why Bryan Kohberger's defense would even want to go. I just think that's your last chance. This is your last chance, like one more chance, folks, to get, this, anything you want out of this home or get anything that can help your client. And it's almost like the last chance for the prosecution, but they done their thing in October. Now the question, I also have another question, folks. I'm telling you, there's family, there's people out there that do not want this done.
They're on the side of your 81% that feel like it should stay. And I'm wondering if there's any remedy anybody can do to stop this. But, can you do an injunction? Or are you just going to go? Is there any strings that people can pull or go back and say, hey, hold off, hold off, hold off? But I'm not so. I think we're maybe possibly at the point of no return, considering that the prosecutor in this case hired
Germer Construction to, be part of the demolition. Well, you got to, hire them, and they got to prep and get everything together and, put them on the schedule and probably deposit and everything like that. So this is the company, by the way. It's a Moscow company that will be handling this demolition. That's scheduled to go for days. How many days? I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty big house. It's a 6-bedroom home. Can they knock these things off? But then you got all kinds of environmental issues, asbestos. You got all the eyeballs watching of the media and everything like that. So they're going to be by the book. This is not one of these like jobs where it's just a house that they're going to demolish where it doesn't have any publicity. If they know publicity is there, they're going to do everything by the book, because environmentalists might have outrage, right? Oh, there's asbestos or chemicals, or when you demolish the house and does it do a plume of smoke? Does it go like that when things get demolished? I don't know. But here's what else. Here's more information. The University of Idaho planned to demolish the house in August before the school year started, but it was delayed. The statesman previously reported, and some of the victims' families have taken credit for that, delay. It was scheduled to go in August, but they did it. They said they were going to do it in October. But Bryan Kohberger's trial got, pushed away. He waived his right to a speedy trial. So Kohberger's trial was initially scheduled for October, but after it was pushed back, the FBI returned to the house to scan the house and create visual models that could be used during the trial. And this is why I think the defense is there to have their own visual models, but it doesn't seem like they're doing the same thing that the prosecution does. They're saying here the defense is only taking picture measurements, drone footage, and to prepare for trial, right? So photos and drones stuff is a lot different than what the prosecution was doing with visual models, right? 3 of the victims' families previously questioned destroying the house before Kohberger's then October trial. Gray told the statement by email that they would release a statement Friday on the demolition. So the Gray family, Shannon Gray, who represents the Gonzalez family, they're going to release a statement. I think all the families assumed that the King Road address would not be demolished until the trial's over. Shannon Gray, attorney for the Gonzalez family, previously told the statesman. So I'm assuming that the Gonzalez family does not want this home demolished. That's what I'm assuming on that front. But let's get some more details. Let's get some more details about this because, well, one, the University of Idaho released a statement. So I'm going to show you the actual statement here. It's big in writing, but another media outlet actually copied their statement because they're like setting up a perimeter. They're setting up a perimeter. Now this is a statement. I can't get it no smaller because for some reason it's wide, but the University of Idaho released a statement on King Road house access to Kohberger Defense demolition set for December 28th. Hey, that's a day after my birthday, by the way. And I actually was looking on travel records, thinking about going up there. I could go up there, folks. I could go up there. Okay, so teams representing the defense for Bryan Kohberger will access the King Road house today and tomorrow. I'm shocked to the core because I reported this yesterday that the defense was going. Didn't know when. Defense investigators were going. Didn't know when. But today is almost over. Well, not really. Well, it's 6 o'clock. They're 3 hours behind. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you would think if the Bryan Kohberger defense investigators were there, they'd probably go in the morning. Maybe they were there today. But I haven't seen nothing on the news. I haven't seen any photographs. I haven't seen anything, any tweets, anything of Kohberger's defense team at that Moscow home today. So you have one more day, December 15th. Will they be there tomorrow? Will we get some footage to see what exactly? Because I would love to know what exactly they're doing at the home, wouldn't you? If you are following this case extensively, we want to see every meticulous detail of this case. So
It would be fascinating for me to get have media out there taking pictures on the street, public street, of what Kohberger's defense team is actually doing at that 1122 King Road. Whether they're taking specific pictures at specific locations can kind of give you an insight on the mindset of where they're going at, or what type of trial strategy they're going to do if it goes to trial. I keep saying if. Always say, folks, don't ever just assume there's going to be a trial, because I always say, in this case, if there's a trial, I'm not saying when the trial happens, because we've heard many statements all across the board. When the trial happens, no. Latah County, William Thompson does plea bargaining. He's a plea bargainer. I actually made videos calling him the king of plea deals. The king of plea deals. Called him the king of plea deals. Okay, so this one gives us the best idea here. So we're going to read this article here. King Road house access given to Kohberger's defense. Demolition set for December 28th. So this gives some key details to this situation. Teams representing the defense for Bryan Kohberger will access the King Road house today and tomorrow, Thursday, December 14th and 15th. The defense asked the University of Idaho in November for access to the home in December. Now, I thought that was interesting. I thought it was December that they asked them. It's saying here in this article that they asked them in November. Remember, folks, the prosecution was there at the end of October. So is this a counter? Is this a counter move to what the prosecution was doing? Yeah, I think so. As they prepared their case for trial, the date of the trial has not been set. The defense indicated they wanted to take photographs, measurements, and possible gather drone footage of the home. Following this, the university will prepare for demolition of the house. Demolition will begin at 7 a.m. Thursday, December 28th, and may take several days to completely clear the site. Media instructions for viewing the demolition are found below. The house was given to the university in early 2023. We know that the murders happened in that home. We already heard about what it was a grim reminder of the heinous act that took place. The decision to tear down the house during the winter break was made as an attempt to decrease further impact on the students who live in the area. German Construction in Moscow will serve as a general contractor and provide project oversight while also performing site rehabilitation, grading, utility disconnection, and demolition assistance at a reduced cost to the university. So we got some deals. We got some wheeling and dealing here. We have some wheeling and dealing between, the university and this German construction, right? What are they wheeling and dealing? Reduced price. How much does it cost? How much do you think it would cost to get rid of the home? How much do you think so? In late October, the FBI accessed the home to gather additional data. As explained to the university, the scanning done by the FBI will allow them to create visual aids that could be used in the trial. Because of the gag order imposed by the court, no information or comment will be provided by the defense, prosecutor's office, investigators, or law enforcement. Here it is. Instructions for media attending the demolition. King Road will be blocked off to traffic and on-street parking suspended during the demolition and debris removal. So it looks like all of King Road, no traffic. No traffic allowed on King Road and no parking there. Well, the whole block is anyway, there's not a lot of people there during spring break. So that will give you an idea that, it's the least amount of people as possible. Lot number 45, seen in map below, is available for media parking. Overnight parking is not allowed in this lot. So lot 45 is right there. Lot 45 is right there. The King Road address is right here. I'll show you something of where lot 45 will be. And I'll also show you lot 45 is right here. So the media is allowed to park right here. The King Road address is right here. And the entire King Road will be blocked off from traffic. That sucks for Queen Road Queen Road apartment residents, because the only way to get in and out of Queen Road, these apartments right here, which is in the back, is to take this road here. Boom, boom. So all of this blocked off. Media can park right there. So let's get more information
Let's get more information. Media will have access to view the demolition at the cul-de-sac at the south end of King Road. This is a clear vantage point. So it's saying media will have access to view the demolition at the cul-de-sac at the south end of King Road. So I'm assuming the cul-de-sac at the south end of King Road will be right here. Right here. And then boom, eye shot. You know, between these two homes here, this is where anyone that wants to attend, which I'm thinking about going, this is the King Road address, boom, right here. And then you can look. There you can look. Oh, we got a birthday in the house. Oh, hold on a second. Do we have a birthday in the house?
I think we have a birthday, folks. I think we have a birthday, and JLR Investigates, and we always honor and say, we have a birthday. Annette S. Everyone say happy birthday to Annette S. Happy birthday, Annette S. Thank you for watching JLR Investigates. We appreciate people coming on the channel on birthdays, right? Birthdays. We love birthdays on JLR Investigates.
Happy birthday, Annette. Crews working on the demolition will not be available for interviews. So, no interviews, nothing in reference to this case. Can't talk to the crew, can't talk to the demolition people, and then they have a map. You know how much it costs to get up there where I'm at?
Christmas. They're doing this. It makes it harder for journalists to travel because this is right after Christmas, folks. I was already looking at prices, and it's like double. It's double right after, between Christmas and New Year's. It's double. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some live streamers, because I would be curious to see what happens at that home. I'm curious to see what goes on. Now, what do they do with the lot? What do they do with the lot once it goes? This is it, folks. Home gone. Kohberger's team there. They get rid of everything. What's left? What do you do with the property? Let me see this poll here. We got 478 votes. Now, the polls are just overwhelmingly say keep it to trial. Keep it to trial. So what happens with the home? What do you do on this site here?
And what do you put here? And we've discussed this before on JLR Investigates. What could you possibly put here? People said memorials and everything like that. I've read that they already have a type of healing place at that will be at the university, away from this area. I don't think a vigil or some sort of, I personally think, I think you should put a police station there.
My honest opinion, knowing about all that partying there and goes on around there, and to make people feel like they're safe, I personally think that you would put one of them there. But you guys have different opinions when it comes to that. Oh, by the way, why hasn't any filings been done on the Bryan Kohberger case either? Because I looked on the Idaho case search, and the last thing that has been filed is 12/1/2023. So nothing yet. We haven't. I wait every day. I look for to see. Boom, boom, boom. What should we put up on this? But when will they put a new motion? When will we get the IGG information about them sharing what should be shared with the defense? When will we get more insight about the that forensic analysis stuff that was taken to a lab? When are we going to get all that? When are we going to get all that? So, to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, this is the construction company that is handling the demolition to this home. It's called Kohberger Construction. And we're just going to go on their homepage. We're going to see what they're about. It looks like a... Boom. They're going to bring one of these bad boys in, right? They're going to bring one of these bad boys in. Now, if you had the opportunity, let me ask you something. Let me ask my supporters, and you guys watch JLR Investigates, because we like to do boots on the ground. If I went to Moscow, Idaho, would you watch my live stream of me just sitting out there? Would you watch my live stream of me sitting out there watching as the demolition? Like, if I actually planted a camera there, would you watch it go through its entirety, or would you just watch periodically? What would you do? Would it be worth going? Would you enjoy that type of content? Because I'm considering going up there. I really thought about it today. Thought, spend Christmas and then go up there and see what's going on. I had other plans to go to different locations somewhere else, but I can alter that. But my mind is like taking me there just to see something that goes down and see all that history and all that. It's an eerie reminder of the home, but at the same time, we've invested a lot in this case, and we want to get every detail, because I'm sure we'll see footage of the demolition, but I think we'll see it like in media where they're just put out clips. They won't put out the whole thing. So I kind of want to know a little bit, what happens.
Germer Construction, or is it Germer? Is it Germer or Germer? A lot of people said they would watch, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Do a poll. I know, we'll do a poll. But this is the construction site. Looks like what we do. Looks like what they do here. This looks like it's a pretty big concrete topsoil excavation. Looks like that. I don't even know. Why choose us? Germer Construction is your premier excavation, site preparation, and utility contractor for all heavy civil projects in the Palouse and Pacific Northwest. Our specialty is large-scale excavation projects, including utility infrastructures and earth moving. We strive to maintain the highest level of quality, professionalism, and complete pricing in the area. What is the price? What is the price to get rid of the 1122 King Road? What is the price? What will this cost? What do you think the cost will be to get rid of this home? $50,000? This home actually is appraised at, I think it was like $500,000. $500,000. Man, we gotta give, actually 1122 King LLC gave it to the university as a gift. You're basically giving them a $500,000 gift. Will you give somebody a $500,000 gift? JLR, you should, when you go, you should go. People are majority saying I should go. But that is the latest news. Kohberger Defense. Hopefully we can get some clips to share on JLR Investigates of what happens, with the defense of Bryan Kohberger. We'll see. Hey, thank you very much, Annette S. Thank you for being a member. You've been a member for 6 months, Annette. Some of you guys been here for a year, and we appreciate all the members and stuff. We try to get the latest news. We try to get as factual as possible on JLR Investigates. Stick to the facts, and we can speculate, but we're talking about two factual events that's occurring. Defense is going there. Demolition of the home. Will it be stopped at the last second? Will there be a chain of a twist and turn in this case? Remains to be seen, but we are on it, ladies and gentlemen. Right after Christmas, house is going down. So is that a good thing or bad thing? A lot of you guys said, keep it up. That's the conclusion of the poll. Well, no. No. Will you watch JLR live streaming the demolition? Overall, we see 90% say yes, 89% yes say yes, 11 says no. Would you watch it? You might watch it partially and stuff like that. So I have to think in the next couple days whether I make a trek up to Moscow. It would be my 5th time there. Actually, believe it or not, I have to go to Moscow. I don't even think I told you guys yet, but I was a victim of a crime up there, and the guy that made threats towards me on camera, and I shared that I was out there covering the case. Well, that gentleman there, for some reason, wants to go to trial, and I have to go to Moscow, Idaho in February. I got a subpoena. I have to go. I want to go. And they want to pursue justice on this. They want to hold the guy accountable. Apparently, this guy has a track record of harassing people and doing civil disobedience and disturbances in the area. So I have to actually go there in February. So I will be back there definitely in February. Now, if I don't go for this demolition, we'll definitely see what it looks like. I'll be live streaming around the area again in February. So we'll see what's up in February, and maybe the weather will be nicer then. I looked on the Moscow weather. The temperature there around now this time is in the 30s. It's not too cold. Remember last year when I was there, it was in the teens. It was as cold as could be. Out there trekking around, looking through the drainage, the drainage ditch, those areas where all the water goes into those drainage things and trash cans, and going over like who did this, because there was a killer on the loose, and a lot of people speculated that killer was around there, still in the area. You got a great video of your encounter with the guy. You handled that very well. The anger and violence was all one side. Yeah, and I was told it's a slam dunk case because video, you can't dispute video. So I don't know why this person is choosing to go to trial. Just accept the responsibility. But
hey, that's what it is. So, yeah, I will be in Moscow, Idaho in February, unless the guy pleads out. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe you never know. People plea out the last second, day before jury trial, like Kohberger could do. That's why no trial is guaranteed in any court case. We all assume Bryan Kohberger is going to trial, but I personally think at this point, I think there's going to be a plea bargain to spare his life, which, I'm cool with. Are you cool with? If he accepts responsibility and spends the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole, consecutive sentences, whatever, are you cool with that? I mean, at that point, what's the point of having a trial and dragging everybody in and going through all that, and vulnerable witnesses on the stand? But I do want to know the truth, though. So for me, I'm like, okay, if I had it my way, I'd be like, plead guilty, but you have to purge yourself under penalty of perjury, and you have to say exactly what you did. But, hey, he might feel like he's innocent. No alibi, he still might feel like he done he's not involved in any way. So we'll see what happens. I appreciate you all watching. I'm JLR Investigates. We cover true crime 24/7, 365. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button for sure. Consider being a member. Cover all these cases all over the earth. And any new developments on this case moving forward, I will share with all of you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending your time with me. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right? Everyone be safe. Have a good day.